Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third session of the day. I'm very happy to have Steaphen Antony Venansious here from Child Safe Dev, who's joining also from far away. So you've also gotten up early for this. Thank you. So without further ado, I will pass on. Thanks again, Steaphen.
Thank you, Angelin, to invite me to this wonderful arena, no? And I was so excited to. I was actually listening to your previous session, and they were telling. So for me, it felt like a millennials, Gen Z, and now talking about, and now we are in the team of Gen Alpha, where more children, no, more young people in the early childhood sense was exposed to a big digital screen with a lot of content, no, and here is what we matters, no, where we need to actually ensure that no, we have to actually build a system where like a privacy first safety net for children. And so myself, I'm Steaphen Antony. I am the co-founder and creator of Child Safe, and our technology is called Rose Shield, technology to actually protect our young children online, and before, and also to ensure that no, they are shielded against any harm. That's why we call our technology called Rose Shield. And one of the biggest thing what we notice is that no, the internet currently, whatever we say, the social medias or anything is never designed for children. Okay, and now children are growing up in the same place as how an adult is growing up. They are exposed to a same thing as an adult is going on. But unfortunately, internet, the digital devices they are having has become a predatory ground for these bad actors, where in adults posing as peers to gain children's trust across chat platforms and online games harmful. No, the children get exposed at very young age, directly from their device. I have seen some recommendation. Imagine an adult who was actually going through a social media platform like YouTube about guns, and the moment a kid is having the same YouTube recommendation algorithm will be recommending guns to the child also. No, and so there is no safety layer. And also now this before no the cyberbullying, everyone knows that, no. And then what happened now, now the another biggest thing is that no, the rise of proliferation of AI and AI generated exploitation, no, and the deepfake threats and everything. And 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 one of the biggest concern is that no, like currently there are a lot of applications available, and children are using these applications, but there is something called grooming, which is one of the biggest threat online children face, and it goes undetected. Recently, we have come across many cases. There is a case of Jordan D. May from Michigan. No, she was a 7-year-old. Jordan was contacted on Instagram by two men, posting as a girl, and within hours they started sending explicit images, and uh, it like a financial coercion, no, and it resulted in the death. And also there was another case of Alexander McCarthy. It was in UK. No, this 26-year-old person was able to do his hidden tactics and manipulations against children, and were able to target many young children. Okay, and also nowadays a lot of gaming platforms provide become a area for like these abusers or these people, no, these groomers, no, to actually come and get into to create their bad actors, no. But what we see that no, every what we have seen that no, every of these cases, the pattern of abuse is detectable, okay, before it get escalated. No, from initial itself, no, there was signals, but there was no tools. So we can see that no, in every one of these cases, the harm was detectable in the conversation platform patterns before it escalated. The signal was there, the tool was not. So, and also now the other thing is that no, there is like deep fake cases is really coming up. Like I've seen a lot of cases where now deep fake videos are used to impersonate like family and friends to children, ask them to do some things, or elderly people coming as younger people. No, and last year there is a report, no, nearly like 1,325% increase in AI generated, child sexually abuse materials. okay, CSAM. And it is now 1 in 70 teens has been a victim of deepfake nudes. And 67,000 tech facilitated abuse cases in US alone. Okay, it's a recent report from Childlight Institute 2024. And I was, as earlier I was telling, this financial extortion is now like a group. No, it's like a targeted gangs are behind, and it has actually unfortunately caused deaths of many young teenagers. Okay, and here I was here we can actually see some sort of live screenshots of how these people actually coerce, and there I've actually also shared a email chain of used by this sextortion gangs to train their fellow peeps. There is a group called Yahoo Boys, which actually trains their fellow gangsters know how to actually get into this extortion and everything. So see all these, you see this, no, while I was evaluating this, no, there is a pattern, a signal pattern, a communication pattern. Okay, and this is not a single problem. No, it's a global scale. Uh, you can see that no, in countries like Philippines, in 1.72 million cases were reported by cyber decline, and in other countries like no, it's rising thousands and millions of cases are no trying. And why? And currently, many tech platforms have some sort of ways to protect, or they say that they will protect something. What? Why the current solutions fail is that no, there I've seen that no, there have been like 4 5 years ago itself. There has when the AI proliferation came, there has been use of content moderation solutions. There were content. Like there has been like image analysis solutions using computer vision and all. But the why it actually fails is that no, the data has to leave from the child with child's device or the device which the children is exposed to a cloud, and then there it process in there what happens, no, the children's data is also their personally identified information, their profile data, everything is going out of the system. No, this is a big privacy concern, and unlike passwords or anything which can be later changed, your pi information can never be changed. Once your biometric in, your entire profile is out. And also and also there is there is no way to actually persistently track a behavior, so currently there is a big trade-off, because if families are using conventional safety tools uh, to choose between protecting a child and protecting their dignity, huh? This is a big, because this is a big thing. No, there is a trade-off. Currently that there is a dangerous trade-off, whether you have to protect the child and you have to protect the dignity. When currently I've seen solutions where you have to, if you have to ensure that you get a child safe experience or a child thing experience, you need to go show your, open your camera, give your ID and everything, where you are actually surrendering your privacy. Huh? But the cure you feel is actually that's something that is actually no, to resemble the harm, and it was it was designed to prevent. So the key question now is how we can protect children online without spying on them. No, and this question is not theoretical. No, the design challenge. No, because we feel that no, it is the responsibility of the application, the developer, the one who creates, to ensure that no, the platforms are built to prove that no, safety and privacy are not opposing forces. No, but should be like natural allies. And so we have come up with a technology called Rose Shield. Okay, Rose Shield is a technology to build to protect children while preserving their dignity, okay, and autonomy and trust, and that every family member deserves. So what Rose Shield does is that no, Rose Shield provides a lightweight software development kit, okay, and it's an edge AI kit. And what happened? No, any developer developing on any platform like app, Android or iOS or gaming platform or anything where there is a chance for children to be part of it, can download our SDK free of cost, and they can actually integrate, and it's an on-device, and no nothing from the user side or nothing from the application side is never leaves the device from our side. Okay, and later I'll be showing you the live demo of the system and how it works. Okay, and our one of our major thing is that no, one of the major motto and the major create no agenda of our architecture is that no zero data. We never collect any data or store any data. Huh? Since it's a own device AI and privacy first, it works offline. It doesn't need internet. And and since we are able to identify this behavior, like previously in the slides, I was actually showing like that, how groomers and like child sex exploiters and sextortion rings have a pattern. We can identify this pattern instantly, in milliseconds, because we are not connected to the cloud or latencies or anything like that. And our technologies, the first and foremost, our technology goal and our technology, the vision and mission, we can say, is that no, to be a privacy first design. Okay. So what happens is, no, unlike any other solutions, we will never take photos or videos. We will never take any biometric information, and we will never take any device location or contacts. What we do then? How we make this possible? So we actually try to understand the behavior, like typing speed and the rhythm, the navigation and scroll bar. We have actually patented technology called adaptive child safe zone identification and enforcement, where we can even understand the content interaction signals and also communication style indicators. And all this analysis occurs on the device, and no data ever leaves the device. So this is one of our architecture. If your application integrates Rose Shield, huh, this is going to be the architecture, where Rose Shield's architecture is engineered for a maximum protection with zero cloud dependency. Every layer of the stack operates locally, ensuring that the sensitive behavioral signals never travel beyond the device and not even anonymized. Because some people tell, okay, we anonymize, we encrypt, we tokenize and send. Not even. So if your application is integrated with the Rose Shield, you see the first ring is the application layer, where your game or a chat application or social media application will lie there, while your own device edge AI is there on the core, and while the Rose Shield SDK, which integrates and become like the child safe protection into the app. Okay, so this full-on device approach means Rose Shield delivers enterprise-grade child protection without the data exposure risk associated with cloud-based safety systems or data leakage or data privacy or like hacking or anything like that. Okay. So how we operate in a very simple way is that first we detect, we using the behavioral signals, whether the child is using the device, and also whether we will try to see whether what kind of interaction is happening, and immediately we try to protect. Okay. And also we'll also provide a compliance ready logs, if something is bad is happening, so that the parents can have a transparency, and also we also have some law enforcement integration and everything, because if sometimes we identify pattern of like sextortions or suicide ideation or some sort of mental trauma or anything like that, we should be able to escalate to the authorities. Okay, this is all part of our SDK. Okay, so if I tell how our technology in a matter works, is that it actually identifies the typing, because we have created a model that identifies the how the typing speed and the rhythm is there, how the navigation behavior in the behavior goes, and how the communication style goes. No, so these are part of our identification algorithm on the local. While when we try to protect, we actually ensures that we can actually detect, manipulative conversations, characteristics of like predatory contact attempts, and we can also identify like harmful content. If someone is trying to send something unsafe, unlike other traditional systems, which actually allows it to go, we actually try to block and ensure that the child is not exposed to it. Okay, and also, we also try to give contextual safety alerts. Hey, user, hey, friend, this particular interaction is not being good. This is not good. Should you involve your parents? Should you involve your teacher? Should you involve like that? No, it helps them, because these young children, they need guidance. Okay, and also we can immediately limit certain features of an application that is available for an adult. Okay, and we can block the threat using hard stop. Okay, before any harmful interaction actually happens. Okay. And and then we have this verification layer. Okay. And we have this compliance ready transparency logs, because this will help if we find something, some sort of if we are able to track some these gangs, no, like I was telling, sextortion gangs or anything, we should be able to go on a legal pursuit, for prosecution or something. So the benefit of this is that, no, the parents or the one in charge will get clear and readability safety summaries. The platforms get regulatory compliance evidence, and auditors can get structured timestamp records, and law enforcement can get privacy safe incident data. Okay. And currently, our system creates logs that are such structured around various child safe laws coming, and they're like DSA, UK Online Safety Act, COPPA, COSA, and other reporting standards. So as I was talking, no, now the world is realizing, the governments are realizing the need to protect the children. Now there is EU Digital Service Act, which requires platforms to implement risk assessment and safety measures for minor users. Already our Shield SDK supports this. UK Online Safety Act, mandates safety by design for all platforms accessible to children. It's all in UK. And also now in USA has COPA, COSA, no? It's a federal requirement for governing data collection for minors. And Australia, India, UAE has just last month, 21st, they have come up with a child safety law. Hmm? So one of the biggest problem for developers when they hear about this, that no, they have to develop everything from the scratch. They have to create a multi-compliance judicial frameworks, and real-time monitoring thing, infrastructure and everything. But Roshield changes this very easily. Roshield allows you to just integrate a simple SDK and you are live. Just plug in our SDK and your app get compliant, you get safety, and you can ensure that you are actually protecting minors in your platform. And so how, as told, no, Roshield provides SDK for web applications, for Android applications, Apple iOS applications, for gaming platforms, messaging applications. Everyone can use Roshield SDK. And this is an example, no, how you can integrate, no, like a Flutter example. Like Flutter is cross-platform application development. You can use it for Android iOS development. How our SDK can be integrated. And I welcome everyone to go to childsafe.dev, where you can actually sign up and access the SDK and documentation and integrate in your applications. So now I would like to show the technology I was talking, how it really works. Let me just change my screen. So when a child logs in, this is, imagine this is an application like where a child can actually interact. And let me say, let me just say something like, a child is interacting. So when every interaction will be monitored by Roshi SDK on the device. So I'm just uh, let me just log out and log in again. So as a child, this is like a demo application where a child is typing like, okay, I am here, I live here, or something like that. So immediately, Roshield actually checks before this post can be posted, and it didn't allow because it found that, no, he is actually trying to share his location, and it's harmful, and it's a personally identified information exposure. Okay. And I can actually do a lot of things, or someone is trying to take them out of the platform. This is normally happens in case of sextortion or anything like that. So if someone is trying, immediately before sending this to the platform on the device itself, it checks it identified, no, it's some sort of grooming thing. So, and our technology work, and also like, let me show another example where uh, I actually, child safe. Uh, Someone is like unsafe content, no? Hi, see my new toy. So even it works across images, videos, and one more thing I want to show here is how the app moderators and other people can actually come here and actually create a threat score. Okay, and our AI can actually identify, like, no, there is a, based on the conversation, okay, that no, this needs some sort of an attention. And also you can actually also come and actually create the moderation, like, no, like, what kind of moderation, whether text, what kind of moderation has to be done, whether image moderation has to be done, video moderation has to be done, and how the video moderation has to be done. And also you can actually manage, your applications, whether it should be compliant to COPPA, whether it should be compliant to COSA or DSA, GDPR. All those things can be actually managed through the admin dashboard. And also we have something for the law enforcement. Law enforcement is that, no, what are the cases from the platform actually got escalated to the law enforcement. So these things you can actually identify from the administration dashboard. And and uh, and also some of the real world applications of the technology can be for, like, like gaming platforms, and like social messaging applications, and like educational learning platforms, and like, nowadays, like metaverse and immersive platforms, and we also plan to partner with like schools, telecom, government, law enforcement agencies. We have already some pilots actually happening. And currently, our technology can support nearly almost 8 plus regulatory frameworks. And so far, we have actually protected nearly 1.7 million plus sessions. No? And we have not stored any single data. And so our mission is that, no, safety and dignity can coexist. No, because protecting children should never require sacrificing privacy. Because one of the core we realize is that, no, taking their biometric or picture data and going and creating a digital footprint of a person for lifelong is something we are. We shouldn't surrender that. No, and so Rose Shield is a technology to prove to the world that, no, we can protect the minors, protect our children at scale. And protection should happen without surveillance. Protection should happen without any data being sent to any third-party cloud or network. And we can build trust uh, without any data collection, and we can actually keep our children can be kept without being watched. Because our technology, Roshield, is built on a convention that every child deserves both safety and from harm and respect for their dignity. Because safety and privacy, okay, they are not conflicting values. They are complementary ones. So I wish everyone can actually join our platform. It's childsafe.dev, where you can actually understand more about the platform, and the platform is free. And and there is you can find the developer documentations. You can find how the technology works, the features, how to, and also we are also inviting a partnership from law enforcement agencies globally, so that and we will actually provide them help uh, to help them. No, because one of the biggest challenges that no this extortion or this sextortion or cyber bullying and all those things. No, these things happen not from our neighborhood or not from our county or not from our country. No, it can happen from anywhere. And definitely law enforcement needs now to have a cross-border case coordination and a unified threat database, and also to assist in like multilingual. So we have actually created this tool free for law enforcement, where they can actually use and save minors, because we have seen a lot of cases where a sex offender abuser has contacted a child and was able to no to force the child to surrender his or her life within a few interactions. So we need to prevent such things, no? And so this was the thing, no? To actually we have actually brought this technology to ensure that we ensure the safe apps and safe kids, no? That's the thing, no? So we have to ensure the future is not like blocking or disabling. Let give them a safe environment. Let not take their childhood away from the children. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I put the link in the description, and I hope you join us for the next session. Unfortunately, we have to close this one to start the next, and we're fixing that little bump in the road. But I really appreciate the work that you're doing, and I'll see
Thank
you in the
you.
other session.
Thank you.